Okay. All right. Ganglion, collection of nerve cell bodies outside the CNS. A ganglia is plural. Motor, pertaining to nerves that send impulses out to cause muscles to contract or glands to secrete. Nerve. Ugh, okay. Ugh. All right. A cord of fibers in connective tissue that conduct impulses, and nervous is adjective pertaining to nerves. Neurology, a study of nerves. Medical specialty of disorders of the nervous system. Neurologist, medical specialist in disorders of the nervous system. Okay, neurologic, adjective pertaining to the nervous system. Neuron, a technical term for a nerve cell, consists of the cell body with its dendrites and axons. A neurosurgeon, eon, one who does. Neuro is nerve. Okay, surge, operate, specialist in operating on the nervous system. Neurosurgery, medical specialty in surgery of the nervous system. Parasympathetic, pertaining to division of autonomic nervous system, has opposite effects of the sympathetic division. Man, it's nice out. Goodness gracious. How pretty it is. La, 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 la. So nice. Okay. I'll be out there soon. Peripheral, pertaining to the periphery or external boundary. Plexus, a web-like network of joined nerves. Plexuses is plural. Oh, yeah, peripher, meaning outer part. Plexus, Latin for braid. Okay, sensory, sense, feel, or having the function of. Okay, so having the function of sensation relate to structures of the nervous system that carries impulses to the brain. Somatic, somat meaning body, ik pertaining to a division of the peripheral nervous system serving the skeletal muscles. Sympathetic, pertaining to the part of the autonomic nervous system operating at the unconscious level. Pathet, meaning suffering. Sim, meaning together, and ik, pertaining to. Visceral, viscer, meaning internal organs. And al, pertaining to the internal organs. Cells of the nervous system. Neurons, nerve cells, receive stimuli and transmit impulses to other neurons or receptors in other organs. Each neuron consists of a cell body and two types of processes or extensions called axons and dendrites. Okay, direction of signal transmission toward the cell body. Dendrites, these little fingers. Cell body nucleus. Axon, collateral. Axon. Direction of signal transmission away from cell body. Which one is away? Away from is afferent. Myelin sheath, Schwann cell, and synaptic terminals. Okay, this is a neuron. Dendrites are short, highly branched extensions of the neuron cell body. They conduct impulses toward the cell body. The more dendrites a neuron has, the more impulses it can receive from other neurons. A single axon or nerve fiber arises from the cell body and carries impulses away from the cell body. Each axon has a constant diameter but can change in length from a few millimeters to a meter. The axon is covered in a fatty myelin sheath that is covered by a membrane called neurolema. The myelin sheath, like the plastic covering of electrical wire, enables the nerve impulse to travel faster. The axon terminates in a network of small branches. Each branch ends in synaptic terminal that forms a synapse junction with a dendrite from another neuron or with a receptor on a muscle cell or gland cell. The synaptic terminals contain vesicles full of neurotransmitters that cross the synapse to stimulate or inhibit the receptor on a dendrite of another neuron or the cell of a muscle or gland. Examples of neurotransmitters are
acetylcholine,
parasympathetic transmitter, stimulates muscle cells to contract. Norepinephrine, found in many areas of the brain and spinal cord, has a stimulatory effect that is increased by cocaine and amphetamines. A serotonin, found in many areas of the brain and spinal cord, is involved with mood, anxiety, and sleep. Dopamine, confined to small areas of the brain, plays a role in movement, memory, pleasurable reward, behavior, and cognition, mood, and learning. Endorphins, found in areas around the brainstem, are the body's natural pain relievers. There you go, dendrite, cell body. This is your presynaptic neuron. Okay, direction signal axon. And then your postsynaptic neuron, dendrite, synaptic terminals. Okay, direction of transmission, axon. I bet you she's going to ask me axon as a part of the test. Okay, groups of cell bodies outside the CNS cluster. Outside the CNS cluster together to form ganglia, and axons collect together to form nerves. Groups of nerves collect together to form a plexus, in which nerve fibers from different spinal nerves are sorted and recombined so that all the fibers, motor and sensory, going to a specific body part are located in a single nerve. The three plexuses are the cervical plexus to the neck, the brachial plexus to the arm, and the lumbosacral plexus to the pelvis and legs. So this figure shows an example of a plexus, the brachial plexus, in which spinal nerves C5 to T1 unite to form three trunks that go on to supply the motor and sensory functions of the arm. Acetylcholine is acetylcholine. Okay, parasympathetic neurotransmitter. Axon is Greek for axis, single process of a nerve cell carrying nervous impulses away from the cell body. Dendrite, Greek for looking like a tree, branched extensions of the nerve cell body that receives nervous stimuli. Dopamine, precursor of how do you say this?
Norepinephrine,
neurotransmitter in some specific small areas of the brain. Endorphin, morphine, natural substance in the brain for pain relief. Endorphins. Myelin, Myel is spinal cord and substance chemical compound, material of the sheath around the axon of a nerve. Neurolemma. Neura is nerve, lemma is covering a nerve around the myelin sheath. Neurotransmitter. Agent, trans across, nerve, mit to send, chemical agent that relays messages from one nerve cell to the next. Norepinephrine, pertaining to, normal, epi, upon, above, nephr, kidney, parasympathetic neurotransmitter. Serotonin, chemical compound, serum or serous, Tension, neurotransmitter in the central and peripheral nervous system. Synapse, syn together apps, clasp. Okay, junction between two nerve cells or a nerve fiber and its target cell, where electrical impulses are transmitted between cells. Neuralgia, or neuroglia. Let's see how to say this.
Neuroglia.
Neuroglia. No, neuroglia. Okay, neuroglia. The trillion neurons in the nervous system are outnumbered 50 to 1 by supportive glial cells, neuroglia. Sorry. There are 6 types of neuroglia. 4 are found in the CNS. Number 1, astrocytes. They look like stars. Are the most abundant glial cells. They are involved in the transportation of water and salt from capillaries to the neurons. Dope. Look at this astrocyte. What is it doing? It's transporting water and salt from my capillaries to the neurons. That's so cool. Okay. And there is now oligodendrocytes. Oligodendrocytes. Okay. Form the myelin sheaths around axons in the brain and spinal cord. Axons that have myelin sheaths are called myelinated axons. Bundles of these axons appear white and create the white matter of the brain and spinal cord. Neuron cell bodies, dendrites, and synapses appear gray and create the gray matter. Okay. Microglia. If phagocytosbacteria and cell debris. Okay, that's this. And epidermal cells line the central canal of the spine cord and the ventricles of the brain. They help regulate the composition of the cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. Important. Okay, so these are those cells right there. Ooh, those are freaking freaky looking. Those are cool. They look like little jellyfish. Oh man. Okay. 2 types of neuroglia cells are found in the peripheral nervous system. How do you say that? Oops.
Neurolemocyte.
Okay. Peripheral. Neuroglial cells found in the peripheral nervous system. How do you say that again?
Neurolemocyte.
Okay, neurolemocytes, also known as Schwann cells, form the myelin sheaths of the peripheral nerves that speed up signal conduction to the nerve fiber. And 2 satellite cells are found around the neuron cell bodies. Their function is unknown. Are these on there? No, they're not on there. Okay. And then we have the blood-brain barrier. BBB is a physical barrier between the capillaries that supply the CNS and most parts of the CNS. Astrocytes are the tight junctions between the endothelial cells of the capillaries. Work together to prevent foreign substances. Let's read that again. Astrocytes. Okay, let's read the whole thing again. The blood-brain barrier, BBB, is a physical barrier between the capillaries that supply the CNS and most parts of the CNS. Astrocytes and the tight junctions between endothelial cells of the capillaries work together to prevent foreign substances, toxins, and infection from reaching the brain. Many medications are unable to pass this barrier, but alcohol gets through. Alcohol gets through your blood-brain barrier, producing its buzz and problems with coordination and cognition. Okay, word analysis. Astrocyte, a star-shaped connective tissue cell in the nervous system. Blood-brain barrier. Okay. Blood is Old English for fluid connective tissue. Brain is Old English organ that controls the functions of the body. Barrier. Old French for obstacle, gatekeeper. A selective mechanism that protects the brain from toxins and infections. Cerebrospinal. Cerebral, brain, spine is spinal cord, L pertaining to the brain and spinal cord. Cerebral spinal fluid. Fluid as in flowing. Fluid formed in the ventricles of the brain surrounds the brain and spinal cord.
Ependyma.
Ependyma, Greek for garment. Membrane lining the central canal of the spinal cord and the ventricles of the brain.
Ependymal.
Ependymal, adjective for ependyma.
Glia.
Glia, even though it says it's pronounced glia. Oh, let's try this one.
Glial.
Yeah, okay, we're going with glia because it says glia right here, not glia.
Microglia. Neuroglia.
Okay, it's all glia.
Glia.
Glia, connective tissue that holds a structure together. And glial
Glial.
is an adjective for glia.
Microglia.
Microglia. Glia means glue, supportive tissue of the nervous system. Okay, micro is small. Microglia is small nervous tissues that are phagocytes. Then we have neuroglia.
Neuroglia.
Okay, which is connective tissue holding nervous tissue together. And then we have gray matter. Gray is Old English for the color between white and black. Matter, a physical substance. Regions of the brain and spinal cord occupied by cell bodies and dendrites is gray matter. Okay.
Neurolemocyte.
Neurolemocyte. Cyte meaning cell, neuro meaning nerve, lemo meaning rind and husk. Theodor Schwann, okay, also known as the Schwann cell. Theodor Schwann, German anatomist, 1810 to 1882. Connective tissue cell of the peripheral nervous system that forms a myelin sheath.
Oligodendrocyte.
Oligodendrocyte. Cyte meaning cell, oligoscanty. Dendro, tree-like. Connective tissue cell of the central nervous system that forms a myelin sheath. White matter. White is Old English for opposite of black. I was like, okay. Matter, Latin for physical substance. Regions of the brain and spinal cord occupied by bundles of axons. Ooh, a test. A frickin' test. Let's see how we do. This division carries signals to the skeletal muscles is under voluntary control. Autonomic motor division. Or is it somatic motor division? I feel like I read that twice. It would be the somatic motor division carries signals to the skeletal muscles. It's under voluntary control. Question 2. This system consists of the brain and spinal cord, your central nervous system. This division carries messages to the brain from the sensory organs. Maybe somatic sensory division, or division carries messages to the brain from sensory organs, or autonomic sensory division. Let's go double check. It says sensory division, in which sensory nerves, afferent nerves, carry messages toward the spinal cord and brain from sense organs. Is that your autonomic or is it somatic? I feel like this should be easy, but you know, this is new to me, so I don't know. PNS. Peripheral consists neurons, nerves, ganglia. Two major anatomical subjects. That's not it. Anatomical. I think it is somatic. I think. Okay, the visceral motor division is also called. Your visceral motor division is also called. I think your sensory division. Visceral is maybe somatic, sensory, I believe. Right? Pertaining to your internal organs. Somatic is pertaining to the division of peripheral nervous system serving skeletal muscles. Right? Sensory division, in which sensory nerves, afferent nerves, carry messages toward the spinal cord and brain from sense organs. Visceral nerves carry signals from the viscera to the thoracic abdominal cavities, for example, the heart and lungs of the stomach and intestines. Okay, somatic nerves carry signals from the skin, muscle, bones, and joints. Oh, the visceral motor division is called the autonomic nervous system. Okay, so another word for visceral is autonomic. Right? Visceral motor division, autonomic motor division. Okay. This division arouses the body for action. Nothing like a good test, if I can realize you don't know anything. Okay. Okay, so the sympathetic division arouses the body for action. This system consists of neurons, nerves, ganglia, and plexuses. It was neurons, nerves, ganglia, plexuses. Yeah, your peripheral. Okay. Even though I had it right in my head, I couldn't say it out loud because I wasn't sure. But yeah, it's your peripheral system. Okay, peripheral nervous system. This division calms the body and slows the heartbeat. Parasympathetic is what I'm thinking. As we read that. That's what it said, right? Yeah. Parasympathetic division calms the body, slowing down the heartbeat and stimulating digestion. Okay, next question. This division has afferent nerves to carry messages from the brain to muscles and organs. I think. Okay, so motor division, in which motor nerves, afferent nerves, carry messages away from the brain and spinal cord to muscles and organs. So your motor division. Okay, this is just a spelling thing. Junction between two nerve cells is a synapse. Spelled SYNAPSE. The material of the sheath around the nerve axon is myelin. Spelled MYELIN. A branched extension of the nerve cell body that receives an impulse is a dendrite. Spelled DENDRITE. A chemical agent that relays messages is a neurotransmitter, which is NEUROTRANSMITTER. Covering a nerve around the sheath is a neurolemma. Spelled NEURILEMMA. Okay, what else? Okay, using the terms relating to the cells of the nervous system, fill in the blanks of the following question statements. The neurotransmitter that is a natural pain reliever. Your endorphins. Right? Endorphins, because it sounds like morphine. Endo, inside, morphine, inside morphine. Go with that. Which part of the neuron carries impulses away from the cell body? Which part of the neuron? Which part of the neuron? Which part of the neuron? See? I knew it would pass me. Which part? Not axis. It's carries neurons away. It would be your, yeah, is it axon? It's the direction. I mean, it's your efferent nerves, right? Away efferent, but isn't the axon the part where it's axon is signal process of a nerve cell carrying nervous impulses away from the cell body. Yeah, axon. I knew it asked me that. Okay, okay, which term comes from the Greek language meaning looking like a tree? That'd be a dendrite. Okay, knowing the different definitions of elements is key to unlocking the meaning of medical terms. Match the element in the left column with its correct meaning in the right column. That one's going to take a while. There's quite a lot of words, so we'll go to the next one.